Hey, Sean. Welcome to an evening post. Thank you for clicking on this. This is the 30th of 30 days of nightly posts that I've wanted to do. I set out the goal 30 days ago to post every night for 30 days, and this is day 30. I'm very proud of myself that I made it here. And where I see this series going from here is I'm going to stop the daily posting, but I intend to keep this sort of sporadic and try to keep posting when I can, and I really want to use it to share the platform with other people and make this an opportunity to highlight stuff that people send me, musicians, photographers, artists, people who want to showcase something, making this a platform where I can share a little bit where I can, even though it doesn't get the most views in the world. It's something that means something to me. So if you want to be a part of it, please feel free to reach out to me either in the comments below or shoot me an email through the website, and we'll get together and we'll make it happen. But the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight was where I am emotionally, because I felt like it isn't a great place to be. And I've been just really, really sensitive the past few days, where I feel like any TV show I watch, I'm near crying at the lamest of things in it. And I've just been hypersensitive. And then I started to get upset with myself for being so sensitive. And I'm looking around and I'm getting like sad and pessimistic about so much stuff. I'm not going to go into examples, but just it seems like every little thing I'm worried about what's going to be where, when, and how the pandemic's going to play out, how my job's going to play out, how my family's going to play out, and my son's education. And it just, life is full of unknowns right now. And if you're a freelancer, we're sort of used to this, where I don't know when the phone's going to ring. I don't know where the next job's going to come from. I don't have a steady income. I'm project-based. And with the pandemic thrown on top of this, I don't know when projects are coming back. I don't know when it's going to be safe to do so. And I don't know if when COVID is over, if we're going to learn the lessons to avoid mishandling the next one, or if we're going to go into another 2-year lockdown or more, or it's going to be worse and affect more people. It's scary. It's scary to have to put your trust in the country to do the right thing when it seems like greed is the real rule of law, and watching people get away with doing the wrong things and justice not be served is disheartening. And it's easy for me to get down. And so I've been a little more sensitive, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. And I do my best to project confidence on the channel. And some of that just happens when I turn on a camera. I feel like I put on that character a little bit, but I'm being open and honest and vulnerable here. I've been really, really scared, and a little sad. And so I'm doing two things that, one of which is particularly hard for me right now, but two things that I'm trying to do moving forward into my unknown future. And that is, one, looking after one another. I know there's people out there who need help, and if we can find each other, I'd love to help in any way, whether it's sharing creative outlets or creative ideas, whether it's just talking when you're going through something, and not obviously just online and stuff, but in my personal life with my friends and my family who are all going through different things right now. We all have to look after one another, because that's really what matters at the end of the day. And all this, I think the pandemic has shown us that the jobs that many of us have and the stuff that gets pushed around and the finances and the stock market, and so much of it is almost meaningless. It's about the time we spend with our family, and those things serve to allow us to do these things that give life its fun and its flavor. And if we hold that all for ourselves, it's going to crumble. And so we really do have to look after one another and help each other in any way that we can. And I'm not telling you how to do that. I'm just telling you, put your mind there, because you'll be happier once you get into that mindset of helping one another. And two, and this is the tough one for me, do your best. Just try and do your absolute best in whatever you're doing, whether you're a brother, sister, husband, father, daughter, mother, whatever you are, coworker, teammate, whatever you are, try to do your absolute best. But more than that, try to assume that everyone else is also trying their best. And this is what gets tough for me, because I see people doing what I think are bad, selfish, greedy things. And I think like these people are evil, mean, selfish people. But what I don't know is what values were instilled into them by their families and by their environments growing up. And is this win at all costs thing something that was beaten into them? I don't know that background, but I have to assume that they're trying to do their best. And whether that's looking out for themselves and their family by hoarding as much as they can for themselves, while I look at that as an outsider and say that seems selfish, I'm trying to step into that other perspective of, I don't know, everyone's trying to do their best, and I'm trying to provide for my family while also helping others where I can. And it's hard. It's really hard because your own family takes a lot of work, and even yourself takes a lot of work, let alone any partners or children or parents you may have, siblings, cousins, anything like that. It can be tough, but it gets a little easier when you assume that even if you see someone isn't performing like maybe you would hope or even expect them to, knowing that they may be trying their best, but carrying some things that are preventing them from being their best. And so if we can start to assume that the intent is good behind other people, that they really are trying to make a difference for themselves and then for other people, then we can help each other all sort of optimize this time. And through that collaboration, we find community and happiness. Whereas I think if we just wall ourselves off, we're going to become even more isolated than many of us have been for the past year. And we're gonna just be in a bad place and stay there. So try your best. Try to assume that other people are also trying their best, and look after one another, because that's the only thing that's going to make a difference. This is a longer video. I went over my 6-minute limit. Sorry about that, but it's 30 of 30, so I'm getting away with it. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me for as many of these as you have. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.